Coucou tout le monde! Tout d'abord, bonne année à vous tous. Et pour bien la commencer, je vous propose de retourner à Paris pour une petite interview avec Stephen Colletti, connu pour son rôle de Chase Adams dans les Frères Scott. Allez, zou!
Yeah, when I joined the cast, it was an intimidating time. You know, I knew it was a very successful show that had been on for a while, and I looked up to these people. You know, that they had a show that was 4 years on the air, and people were responding to it. So it was a lot of pressure. It was intimidating, but that's why I love that. And so I just hoped that they would accept me in, and I didn't know. You know, but as soon as I got to Wilmington. They welcomed me with open arms, and I'm not just saying that. It was, you felt it, and I think that, and I always wondered why. And then someone would tell me later on, you know, they realized, they're like, well, we saw that it was important to you. You know, that the reason that we were able to accept you to the show or with open arms is because you really were excited to be there and to work on it, and it was important to you. Yes. And it was, and so I never understood that. I was like, oh, I'm sure they're just like, who's this new person? But you know, there's a few people in particular that just helped me kind of settle in very easily to the show and just, you know, tell me the way things run and whatnot. And it was very, very important to me, and I'm always grateful for that. And so I was very scared at first, yeah, going on to the show. As soon as I got there, it was very warm. Well, as far as the ending for Chase, I think that considering the relationships that he had just had, I think it was time for him to take a break from dating for a little while. I think you know, the rock star girlfriend and the actress, that's a lot to handle, and maybe you sit on the sidelines for a little while. So I think I was happy about that, and that he was doing stuff that was more meaningful, you know, taking care of himself in a way of owning the bar, looking after somebody else, you know, and having his relationship, you know, being a big brother to Chuck. So I think for me, where the show ended with Chase was a good spot, a good place for him to end. I feel like we had a lot of story that were happening, and it kind of came to a point that was a happy ending for him with a good future ahead. I mean, you know, I think I was a little more I couldn't sit still in class. So Chase would be able to go about his business a little more maturely. You know, I think more responsibly. And me, younger, I was always like, I wanted to be, you know, outside and running around, rambunctious, and I was always, you know, a handful for the teachers because I was very hyperactive. You know, I was just like, oh, like I need to go do things. So I wasn't very studious, and to me, Chase is more of a studious, more of a responsible student. But for me, I was more, man, it hard to get me to sit still in class. Teachers, I had a lot of teachers that were very frustrated with me because I couldn't sit still. It was because I wanted to perform. I didn't know I always wanted to be an actor. I thought I was going to go. I knew I wanted to be in entertainment, and I had done different stuff. I thought I wanted to maybe do hosting stuff. I thought it was going to be a sports broadcaster. But to me, the acting was a challenge. I found it very interesting as I got older because I'd done it a bit growing up, but to me, it was just theater stuff that you did in school that. When you got to high school, you weren't going to do theater because, you know, you wanted to have fun. You know, you wanted to be cool and be social, and I wasn't a theater guy. So no, I wouldn't do that. I'm going to play sports. You know, sports are the cool thing to do. So I do that, but later in life, you kind of learn. I was like, you know what, this is something that's interesting to me. And once I started studying acting and learning more about it, then I found out I was like, yeah, this is what's interesting to me. Okay. I want to pursue this. The fans, it's amazing. I think that, yeah, the fact that the series has been off for a while and the fans still appreciate the show as much as they do, it's pretty special. That doesn't happen. And even, you know, there's still a lot of successful shows that have good runs that don't necessarily have a fan base like One Tree Hill does. And One Tree Hill has a fan base that is 1 in a million, and it's very special. And we all recognize it. You know, people that got to work on the show, we understand how fortunate we are. We feel like we hit the lottery, you know, as we say, that you're able to be a part of a show and people respond to it in the way that they have, and it's also stuck with people, which is why we're doing this. You know, you want to be impactful. You want people to remember what you're doing because it meant something to them. That's the whole reason, right? And One Tree Hill does that for people, and to be able to get that, you know, to get that feedback and to come out these many years later and meet people and talk about the show is pretty special.
Et voilà, retour en Bretagne. J'espère que cette petite vidéo vous aura bien plu. En attendant, on se retrouve très rapidement dans une autre ville, dans un autre pays ou sur une autre planète. Allez, plein de bisous.